Hi, this is Steve Valiquette for Hockey Night Live. One aspect of the game that has truly fascinated me since I've retired is faceoffs. Today we're going to take a close look at offensive zone faceoffs, where the Rangers have scored 10 goals on 82 shots this season. Let's dig in. First things first, how have the Rangers scored? Well, not surprisingly, 8 of the 10 goals scored off of faceoffs have been through a screen. The unique thing about a faceoff is you have 10 players lining up on one side of the ice, 35 feet away from the goaltender's right or left. The teams that run a number of face-off plays have had a lot of success in recent years creating offense, but when a play does break down, the best option is to get it to the point and shoot through traffic and hope for a screened goaltender to get beat clean or off of a broken play, deflection, or rebound off of any of those scoring opportunities. This is the first period of a game against Washington this year. Stepan is having his best season in the faceoff circle at 48% against Evgeny Kuznetsov, who's a close 46%. The first thing we're going to do is look at Washington's defensive lineup and what their objectives are to shut down this faceoff win by the New York Rangers. Jason Chimera wants to take a straight line up to Dan Boyle and seal off his passing option to the high slot area. Tom Wilson, he wants to take a straight line up to Ryan McDonagh and not allow him to shoot off of a faceoff loss. Matt Niskanen is a right-handed defenseman playing on the left side on this faceoff, and his job is to make sure that nobody comes to the front of the net and he can box out and let Braden Holtby see the puck. Evgeny Kuznetsov's job is to tie up the faceoff with Derek Stepan, and Carl Alsner, who's a left-handed defenseman playing on the right side, is lined up with Matt Zuccarello, and he's going to follow him all the way to the middle of the ice. Now the referee drops the puck, and as this play gets engaged, you're going to see a big mix-up here in the middle of the ice where Tom Wilson follows Chris Kreider a little bit too far into the center ice circle and then loses his man. He has to get back out to Ryan McDonagh, and he has a very difficult time doing it as Derek Stepan ties up Evgeny Kuznetsov. Because Tom Wilson takes so much delay and time to get out there, Ryan McDonagh is able to slide across the blue line, wait for everything to open up, and get his shot to the net. And in the meantime, because Tom Wilson inaccurately judged his straight line to Ryan McDonagh, that also freed up Matt Niskanen to travel a little bit too much into the faceoff circle and get out of his net front presence, where Kreider is able to step around him and get to the front of the net for this deflection. So now you've got a Braden Holtby that's screened as well as challenged on a deflection by Kreider, and it's an excellent faceoff goal. Now, one thing to note about the Rangers, they're going to send out Keith Yandle the most often of all defensive players in the offensive zone. He is the best defenseman on the team at getting the puck through and sliding across the blue line to do so. Now, please note, the Rangers defense has had 152 clear-sighted shots from above the top of the circle. That's 2,465 square feet of room that they have to manipulate the opposing forwards trying to check them. But the bad news is, it's very difficult to beat a goaltender from that distance without a screen in today's NHL. Opposing goalies have their perspective as well. Here's Steve Mason setting up before a face-off draw. He is going to check first on the handedness of the left winger. In this case, it's Rick Nash. Rick's a left-handed shooter, so he's not really going to have an opportunity to have a one-timer here. Steve knows that, and the next thing he checks is Matt Zuccarello. Matt is also a left-handed shooter, and he'd have to step to the middle of the ice to get a clean shot on goal, as he does here, but Steve Mason is ready for it, and it becomes a routine save. Now we're going to take a closer look at an executed play by the New York Rangers. Derek Brassard wins this puck brilliantly with the right pace on it, so that Rick Nash can take an angle and swoop down below and drop the puck to Matt Zuccarello below the goal line. Matt is able to do this because he's such a nifty skater, and he creates space for himself by tomahawking behind the player and getting open as Derek Brassard on the back door. At this moment in time, Kevin Shattenkirk and David Backes are puck watching. Derek Brassard sneaks in below the slot line and puts home a fantastic feed from Zuccarello. This is a play that was drawn up and executed to perfection. So this was a truly fascinating exercise for me. I love seeing what teams do in the offensive zone off of faceoffs, and especially this season now that the NHL has instituted the rule where the defensive player has to put his stick on the ice first. Even more advantage for the offensive players and coaches to draw up plays and hopefully execute, as well as the Rangers have done so far this season. So when both teams line up in the offensive zone and the referee drops the puck, if a shot results within 3 seconds, that qualifies as a face-off play shot on goal. And I'm sure Ranger fans are hoping for more goals off of face-offs this season.